fellow Minecrafters, Gearsaw Studios here. Today I'm going to show you how to make a functional shop, fit for purchasing real items with an actual currency. However, before I begin, remember, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. But with that, onto the tutorial. Before making a shop or even choosing your palette, you'll want to choose the theme and what you'll sell. This shop is going to be a Guardian shop, which means the theme will be around prismarine, which means this will be the palette. Now, with a palette chosen, it's time to choose some sort of design. Designs are important because they allow you to convey what your shop's about, because it would not make sense to sell prismarine shards out of a nether bastion made out of blackstone. So, you could go with a Guardian, but I'm going with a miniature ocean monument, which means I should put up some pillars made out of prismarine bricks. I'm going to make them about 5 blocks tall, and then I'm going to evenly space them so that way there's 4 of them on each side. So now I have 3 on each side because 4 was a bit too large. But with that done, it's time to put in some basic walls. I'm just going to do cyan terracotta on the lowermost piece. And these are going to be the 2 entrances. And I'm just going to stack up with quartz pillars. Now with some walls and entrances in, it's time for the roof before we do the floor, because that's where all the stock will be. The roof is just going to be an ocean monument, which is a little complicated to build, which means I'll just do it off camera because that requires a bit of trial and error to build an ocean monument of this size. After doing some trial and error, this is the best design I could muster for a small ocean monument. It's much harder than it looks, so if you're building a prismarine shop and copied my idea, it's just a little hard to do and you don't have to push yourself too hard to finish it. Now it's time for the floor, and I'm just going to do dark prismarine on the outside and prismarine on the inside. Now, with the floor and the similarly designed ceiling, including lighting in the form of sea lanterns, it's time to work out how you're going to display your stock. I personally would say chests or barrels renamed using anvils to display prices and store the items, but you could also have item frames and you can just do a lot of things. This is going to be for sea lanterns, and I believe 1 diamond for 16 is a good price. Now that this is renamed, you can open it and it says 1 diamond for 16. Choosing a currency is something you'll have to do for this. Diamonds are very good because they're non-renewable, but they're also not the most rare. However, emeralds are too common through villagers, and netherite is too rare and too niche, which makes diamonds objectively the best currency in my opinion. Now, if you have a currency chosen, it's time to fill in the rest of the chests that you'll want to sell items in. Since this is a prismarine shop, you'll probably want to sell sea lanterns, dark prismarine, and prismarine bricks. Some of them have more complex crafting recipes which warrant higher prices, like sea lanterns. However, normal prismarine is pretty cheap. So, 128 or 2 stacks is a good price in my opinion for prismarine. But I don't run any shops on any servers containing prismarine, so depending on supply and demand, adjust your prices accordingly. Now with all the chests containing what soon to be will be stocked, it's time to place down some item frames so people know which chests have which items. Glow item frames are good, but normal item frames will suffice if you don't have glowing or you just like them better. This will be sea lanterns, this will be prismarine. You might need to check the prices. This will be prismarine bricks, and this will be dark prismarine. Now, with all that in, it's time to load up some stock. Now, filling up stock can be pretty expensive, but it will help you in the long run. Now, the shop is operable. However, there's something you want to add before you truly open it: a name and an ender chest. Ender chests help because people can often store their valuables in their ender chests, and if someone forgot their diamonds, they might have them in their ender chest, which will allow more profit. And if they buy out all your stock, they'll probably need shulker boxes to move all the items they bought. Along with that, a catchy name would be nice. I can't think of any unique names right now, so I'm just going to call this Prismarine Bank, home of good sales. It's a pretty basic name and basic motto, but it's just something to keep the business a little more memorable. Now, with an ender chest and a name that isn't very unique or anything, it's time to open the shop. Make sure that all your server mates know about this shop, and remember, don't make a shop on servers with people you can't trust because they'll just steal all of your stuff. Now, with it open, it's just the waiting game for people to buy stuff. Now, after some time, I've made up a situation. It's been about 24 hours, and I may or may not have accidentally swapped the prices of prismarine bricks and dark prismarine while placing chests. Now, let's see how much profits I definitely did not put in there. As you can see, sea lanterns were in high demand, so a lot of diamonds were made from that. The low price of prismarine blocks caused a lot of sales, which were an entire shulker box worth. Some dark prismarine was sold, and some prismarine bricks were sold, which, if you were to tally all this up, you'd get about, let's see, it can take a little bit of time to collect it if you have a large shop, a stack and a half plus 1 diamond, which is a massive success. And with that, this tutorial is over, and that means it's the end of today's video. If you enjoyed this video, remember, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. But with that, take care, make some profit, Gearsaw